We start in Germany, where a special ceremony in honor of the repatriation of human remains from Germany to Namibia took place in the capital of Berlin today. The special service coincided with a ceremonial handover of the remains from the German state, represented by Minister Michel Montefiore, to the Namibian state, represented by Education Minister Katrina Hanse-Himarwa. On the line now, we are joined by our journalist, Peter Denk. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Clement, and thank you for having me. Good evening to your viewers.
What was the atmosphere like, Peter, during the handing over ceremony?
Well, it was quite a solemn and very dignified atmosphere where, due respect was given to the human remains of the 27 sets of human remains at the Frankfurt in Germany, in Berlin. This ceremony was a three-part ceremony. First, it was the church service that dealt with the commemoration service in honor, sending condolences to the departed souls. And then it was followed by the traditional authority ceremony where leaders of various traditional authorities of the affected communities spoke and paid tribute. And this was followed then, of course, by the highlight of the government-to-government handover of the remains. That was highlighted over by the German state minister and as well as the leader of the Namibian delegation here in Germany, Minister Katrina Hanse-Himarwa.
From what I could see, Peter, during the live streaming that took place on our NBC News at 8 Facebook page, it really also looked and sounded like a Namibian event, so much so it felt to me that there was a lot of recognition that this is also, a very important Namibian event. Would you agree?
Well, yes, you can definitely say that because due recognition was given. The church was used, and also the church, the Evangelical Church of Germany, has got strong roots also, as you know, within Namibia as a Protestant church, also serving Protestant churches outside of Germany. So yes, and of course, central in this arrangement was Ambassador Gilbert, the ambassador of Namibia to Germany, and from that you could sense that this was really a Namibian event being held in Germany. It was just also expected because these are human remains belonging to Namibia. So you would have expected that Namibia and its flag and its people would get prominence as it deserves. Yes.
For many Namibians, perhaps, who were not able to watch the live streaming on our NBC News at 8 Facebook page, what were the key messages from both the German and Namibian governments?
Well, of course, from the church service, I'll take you through the three parts briefly, because from the church service, the commemoration service, there was that issue of paying tribute and having reconciliation and forgiveness as a central message in that church service. Of course, the traditional authorities had their own position, but what was central to that message was that it was unanimous that they are glad, they are honored that the remains of those departed souls are being taken back to Namibia. And this was not the only remains, there was the others following them. But the central message from there is that, yes, they are returning, and there's a sense of satisfaction that those people are returning, the remains of those people are returning back to Namibia to get a final resting place. And then, of course, the government-to-government state ceremony was, of course, underlined by the fact that this would be the start of a new process to rebuild and strengthen relations between Namibia and Germany, and making sure that human remains of others will be returning to Namibia, not only the human remains, but also other artifacts that are still housed in German institutions, in cyberspace, and so on. So this was really just a message underlining that. But again, it's a start of only a process. So it's the start of a journey, as many people are saying. And through this journey, through healing the wounds of the past, there would be frankness required, like also the people were speaking there, that sensitivity would be required to deal with these matters. So, and we are looking forward to what is going to happen next. Of course, in the immediate future, on the delegation leaves tomorrow. So, and on Friday there will be a ceremony, a memorial ceremony in honor of these remains at Parliament Gardens, where the state again will be paying tribute. The Namibian state will be paying tribute to those human remains. Yes.
And finally, Peter, you mentioned that there are still more skulls. How many, do you have any idea how many, and when Namibians can expect the return of the remaining skulls?
Brendan, I couldn't get to your question. It's just the audio was a bit down.
You were saying, Peter, that there are still more skulls. Do you have any idea when these skulls will be returned to Namibia?
Yes, well, I've not gotten any information as to how many and when and all of those details. But the feeling amongst not only the German people here, but also the Namibians here, are that there are more human remains housed somewhere in institutions. So, and this is what I'm saying, that this is the start of it. We will be seeing more and more. And eventually, there will not be a need for us to undertake several trips to Germany. There will be one for all these cases will be completed, and this part of this ugly chapter of the common history, the colonial Namibia, colonial South Africa, and colonial Germany, would then be concluded, and Namibia and Germany would be able to move forward.
Peter Denk, thank you so much for that update.
Thank you very much for having me, Sandra.
And that was Peter Denk, NBC journalist, who gave us an update on the ceremony where Germany handed back the human remains of Namibians killed during a genocide more than 100 years ago.